I'm giving y'all a warning right now. I'm giving you a warning right now. This is not going to be the calm, normal NXT review that I usually do. For obvious reasons. Which I'll go over at the end of this review. But I'm giving you a warning right now. If you don't want to watch this video, I'm giving you 3 seconds to get out of the video and watch something else. Because this might not be your video, your NXT review that you're looking forward to. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is your NXT review right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. Today, we're going to talk about everything that happened last night on NXT and a major rant on NXT bringing Great American Bash for the next 2 weeks. We're going to have such a heavy rant. So much that I'm going to fly by this NXT review. But before I talk about this NXT review, my thoughts and prayers go out to Renee Young and Jon Moxley. Renee Young tested positive for the COVID-19 pandemic going on. WWE tested everybody. She was one of them. Jon Moxley backed out and protected everyone in the AEW locker room. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Renee Young and Jon Moxley, especially to Renee Young, that she has tested positive for COVID-19, and thoughts go out to Jon Moxley as well. So I wanted to get that out there. Now let's start the NXT review. And the first thing we saw was Damian Priest laying out in the parking lot, holding his back, and he got assaulted by Cameron Grimes. And Cameron Grimes was out in the ring, and he says it looks like Damian Priest isn't going to be able to compete tonight. Ref was in the ring, and it looks like that's a free win for Cameron Grimes. Then Priest came out and wanted to fight Cameron Grimes, and this was no more than a 4-minute match because Priest had the hurt back, and Grimes took advantage of it. Grimes hit the cave in, and Grimes got the win over Damian Priest. This feud is more than likely not over by any means because Grimes won the cheap way, and it looks like we're going to get Grimes and Damian Priest again. That's really all I have to say about this. That's all I have to say. Hopefully we see this again, and yeah. Rhea Ripley then got interviewed, and again, she was talked about how does it feel that you're not the NXT Women's Champion, and Io Shirai's the face of the women's division. She said, good for Io. She deserves it. And then Robert Stone comes up, tries to recruit Rhea Ripley, and Rhea throws Robert Stone right in the garbage can. So, right then and there, I know that this is not a Triple H show. This episode in particular of NXT was a Vince McMahon show tonight. Why? I'm just going to say right now. This show was very boring outside of 2 things. The Karrion Kross Bronson Reed match and the triple threat match. This show was boring. And the triple threat match was really the only thing I was looking forward to anyway. Nothing much on this show. But hearing rumors of Vince McMahon, starting to get more involved with NXT. If that's true, and we see that more in the future, I might officially be done with WWE, man. I swear. I swear to you, I could be done. At least for a while. Got something in my mouth. I'll get it after this. So that sets up Rhea versus Aaliyah later in the night. Can't wait for that one. Jake Atlas then took on Santos Escobar. This was a decent match. It was a decent match. Jake Atlas fighting on behalf of Drake Maverick, who Santos Escobar took out last week and sent to the hospital. And Escobar picked up the win with his Falcon Arrow. And alongside him is Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. I don't know about you, man. I'm going to talk about Jake Atlas for a little bit. Not really about Santos Escobar. We know how good he is. He's good. He's a cruiserweight champion. He's better off with Santos Escobar than El Hijo del Fantasma. He was not going to get over under the mask. But Jake Atlas is a very good wrestler. I like his material. I like his unique offense. I like Jake Atlas. But when I think of Jake Atlas, I think of Humberto Carrillo. I don't know about you, but damn, this thing is really bothering me. Hold on one second. Shit. Alright, whatever. I'll get it when I'm done. I didn't get it, I think. But Jake Atlas reminds me of another Humberto Carrillo, which I think it's not a good thing whatsoever. Humberto Carrillo is a very good wrestler, may I tell you. He's a very good wrestler. He can put on a good match with anybody. I even saw the dude live at the Elimination Chamber, and he impressed me with his wrestling, but Humberto Carrillo has no personality whatsoever and no charisma. And I don't know what his character is. Jake Atlas is in the same category as a Humberto Carrillo. He is very good in the ring, just no personality, no character, no charisma whatsoever. And for that, I can't get behind Jake Atlas. I want to, but just for the simple fact of that, I cannot get behind Jake Atlas. We then saw more Undisputed Therapy with Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Era. We saw it last week, and it was good. This week, I feel like it was a little unnecessary. I didn't feel like we needed to see this again. But Roderick Strong, this week, faced his fear, got in the trunk, and Bobby Fish closed the trunk, and Roderick Strong faced the trunk. And now later on in the night, he's going to go one-on-one with Dexter Lumis, which wasn't even a match. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter versus Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. We all knew where this one was going right when Casey Catanzaro made her entrance. It was going to be a tag team match with her and Kaden Carter versus Raquel and Dakota. And Raquel and Dakota won in about 5 minutes. Dakota told the camera that she's going for the NXT Women's Championship in Io Shirai, and she will be the face of the NXT Women's Division. And then next week it was announced that it would be Dakota versus Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae versus Tegan Knox at Great American Bash, the Great American Bash, which we'll talk about after I'm done reviewing this NXT episode. Holy shit, you guys are going to want to watch through the entire thing. So Raquel and Dakota win. Karrion Kross versus Bronson Reed. This match was 4 minutes, but it was a damn good 4-minute match. And Karrion Kross actually brought the best out of Bronson Reed. I wanted this Bronson Reed all along. This Bronson Reed could be very good in NXT, and Kross actually gave him a damn good 4-minute match. Of course, Kross won with the cross jacket at the end because he needs to beat Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed didn't look bad in this match. And this was very physical for the match, for the short amount of time it got. Karrion Kross, I love Karrion Kross. I just think it's too early for him to be in the NXT Championship situation. So, that's my thoughts on this match. Good stuff, and Kross got the win. This was terrible. This was terrible. We saw Rhea Ripley versus Aaliyah. And I didn't take notes for this match. I was debating about it, but I was like, why? Why should I? This was such a waste of time. Waste of everybody's time. Rhea won with the Riptide at the end, but Rhea, this time in 2019, she was on top of the world. She was on cloud 9, holding up the NXT Women's Championship. The entire pro wrestling world was behind Rhea Ripley. Now, ever since she lost to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, she is one of the coldest wrestlers on NXT. And I say that with a straight face. Rhea Ripley is as cold as ice, and she doesn't feel important like she did in December of last year. She does not feel important whatsoever. She goes from beating Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship and the main event of the last episode of NXT to chasing Robert Stone in the ring. And now next week we're getting a handicap match on NXT with Aaliyah and Robert Stone versus Rhea Ripley, just to make this whole storyline more embarrassing than it actually is. And this does no good for Rhea Ripley whatsoever. And it's embarrassing to have her in this thing going on with Robert Stone. And Robert Stone, he's a loser. He's a loser. I actually had some intriguement in this Robert Stone storyline, the Robert Stone brand, but it's just became garbage. And I refuse. I refuse to think that this is a Triple H thing. This 100% is a Vince McMahon thing. And you gotta open your eyes and realize it. You really do. This was awful, man. I hated this. We then saw Roderick Strong versus Dexter Lumis. And this wasn't even a match. Roderick Strong refused to get in the ring with Dexter Lumis. He ran away, and Lumis won by countout. That's all I have to say about it. Next week, we're getting a strap match between Dexter Lumis and Roderick Strong. At Great American Bash, may I tell you, Great American Bash, we're going to get this. Main event of NXT. Look at that. Look at that, man. I'm at 13 minutes on this video, and I'm almost done the review. It tells you that this show was, how bad this show was. This was not a good show this week, by any means. But this match was very good. This was a very good match, of course. It was Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, and Keith Lee for the North America Championship, with the winner going on to face Adam Cole in a winner-takes-all match. So, here we go. Gargano rolls out of the ring to let Balor and Lee start the match. Gargano then comes in, and Lee gives him and Balor a clothesline at the same time. Go to commercial already. Gargano hits a forearm on Lee, and Lee hits Grizzly Magnum right on Johnny Gargano. Both Balor and Gargano then jump on the back of Keith Lee for a sleeper hold. Balor was first, and then Gargano was second. Balor gives Lee a series of forearms to wobble Keith Lee. Lee then catches both Balor and Gargano for a double Northern Light suplex Balor then jumps on Lee for another sleeper hold, while Gargano works on Lee's right knee. On the outside, Balor gives Keith Lee a big sling blade, and you could just hear the impact of Keith Lee landing on the mat, the outside floor. It was nice. Gargano hits a rolling senton on the outside to Keith Lee. Moments later, both Balor and Gargano throw Keith Lee into the steel steps. Balor then lays out Keith Lee with a knife-edge chop. Gargano then hits a slingshot spear to Balor for a kick-out. Balor hits a sling blade to Gargano. Lee comes back and hits a double crossbody to Balor and Gargano. After that, Lee gives Gargano a forearm. Balor takes out Lee's knees for a double stomp. Double foot stomp, may I add. Gargano then hits a slingshot DDT to Balor, and Lee breaks it up. Gargano drop kicks Balor while giving Lee a tornado DDT, then hits a tope on Keith Lee. Balor catches Gargano's tope. Balor goes for 19-16, and Lee pounces both guys, so they go out of the way. Gargano super kicks both Lee and Balor. Balor then hits shotgun dropkick to Gargano into Keith Lee, and in the end, Lee hits Big Bang Catastrophe to Balor and retains the NXT North America Championship. After the match, Adam Cole came out. He held up his NXT Championship. Lee held up his NXT North America Championship. And that was the way NXT went off the air. Great triple threat match between these three guys. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on today. But very good triple threat match between these three guys. Lee and Cole stand off holding the North American and NXT Championship. They cannot do a DQ finish here. They can't. If they advertise this for 3 weeks and this ends up being a DQ finish, I swear to God to you, man, I might not watch NXT for a little while. I swear. That would be such a waste of time and a waste of excitement if they do a DQ finish with the Adam Cole-Keith Lee match. They have to have a winner. And in my opinion, Keith Lee is very hot right now. You can consider Keith Lee as the best NXT North America champion of all time since, well, the North America champion's only existed but 2018. But Keith Lee has been the best North America championship since its existence. Look who he defended the championship against. Dijakovic and Damian Priest. He then defended it against Damian Priest. He defended it once against Cameron Grimes. He defended it against Johnny Gargano. And then this week, he beat Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor. That is 6 defenses in a row for Keith Lee and the North American Championship. My opinion, Keith Lee is the best North American champion in that title's existence. And that's me. But great match to end NXT, and the face-off was very good as well. Like I said, this was a very boring edition of NXT. But we are not done. We are not done yet. Because boy, oh boy, it was announced during the show that NXT would be bringing back Great American Bash for the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, we have Great American Bash on NXT Wednesday night, 8 to 10. Gee, I wonder where that came from. Vince? Higher ups in WWE? I wonder where that came from. Jesus Christ, man. This has desperation all over it on the so-called T-shirt company. Because last year at the Hall of Fame, Triple H called AEW a T-shirt company, if you guys forget. So they're doing this Great American Bash for one reason and one reason only. It's not to entertain us. No. It's to go up against AEW Fyter Fest, which is ultimately gonna lose in the ratings. It's ultimately gonna lose in the ratings. And it was announced this week. It was announced this week. If you announced it a few weeks ago, maybe I wouldn't have a problem with it. But you announced it this week on this particular episode of NXT. No build whatsoever against Fyter Fest. Where Fyter Fest has had 5 weeks of build. Great build to that show for the next 2 weeks. And you have this Great American Bash show. And you don't even build to it. You don't even build to it. It's just like, hey, next 2 weeks, July 1st and July 8th, NXT presents Great American Bash. How do you think people are going to react to that? Social media was in a frenzy last night because of that announcement. And I don't understand how people get upset by this. I don't understand how... Let me rephrase that. I don't understand how people can justify this. This is not NXT's decision. This is not a Triple H maneuver whatsoever. This is 100% a Vince McMahon fact. If you interviewed Triple H and you asked Triple H, hey Hunter, did you want to do a war against All Elite Wrestling on Wednesday nights? He would say no. No. He would say no. Tony Khan and AEW doesn't want a war with NXT because, let me think. Raw's on Monday, SmackDown's on Friday on Fox. They don't want to go up against Raw. They don't want to go up against SmackDown. So what did they do? They put AEW on Wednesday night on TNT. And Vince McMahon saw that, and Vince McMahon was like, this company is on national television along with us. I don't want them getting I don't want them getting the exact same viewers as we do. So we're going to put NXT on Wednesday nights, 8 to 10, against AEW. That's exactly what he said. That is exactly the mentality of Vince McMahon. And it's Vince McMahon's alter ego getting in his way. And it doesn't take rocket science to figure out that A, this is a desperation move to go up against Fyter Fest, and B, this has Vince McMahon all over it, folks. And if you don't realize that, then you're a complete idiot. You're an idiot if you don't realize that. I hope. Now, I'll watch it after AEW, but I hope that people know what this is for, and I hope it gets to the point where they don't even watch the show. I'll watch it for this. But people without content creators, they should realize what they're doing this for, and they shouldn't even be they should be so angry that they shouldn't watch. Someone said that this is a desperation move. Someone said no, it's not. They're doing it to put on great content. They're doing it to put on a show on NXT. Yeah, sure. They're doing it to do it for us. Yeah, sure, bud. I don't know who this man was. He had about 50 followers, but yeah, sure, they're doing it for us. No, they're doing it to go up against AEW and Fyter Fest because they're scared. They're scared of a T-shirt company. I thought they were. Hunter, I thought they were a T-shirt company. Why are you giving them so much attention? Why are you playing Follow the Leader? It's like they're playing Follow the Leader against AEW. Oh my God, man. I swear. I might go a little overboard with this, but seeing this announcement, I lost brain cells. I literally felt like I was losing brain cells from this announcement. And they're never going to beat Fyter Fest in the ratings. They're not. They could try to attempt this. They can announce it the week before with no excitement around it whatsoever, but they're not going to beat Fyter Fest. They're not. And if you think they are, then you're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. AEW, one final thing. AEW did not want to start a war with the WWE and NXT. Triple H did not want to start a war with AEW. The only person who wanted to start a war was Vince McMahon. And if you don't see that, you're an idiot. That's my 5-minute rant on the Great American Bash at NXT. It's so desperation. You can tell they're doing it for desperation and nothing else. Nothing else. But I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, subscribe right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you thought of this week's NXT and the announcement of Great American Bash going up against AEW Fyter Fest next weekend. Like I said, it's desperation, but let me know your comments down below. Like this video. If you enjoyed this review, like the video. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph and Instagram as well. And follow Eddie on Twitter at EddieMullins515. And I will actually see you guys on Sunday for Fyter Fest predictions. But there will be a video tomorrow here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. I have no idea what's going to go down, but Brady Thomas is going to speak. Yes, my cowardly brother who turned on me in the backyard match against Eddie Mullins, he will speak tomorrow right here on the Big Fight Field channel. So stay tuned for that, and I'm getting out of here. Have a good day. Stay safe.